Should I open it? Sweet! Let's get down to business.
ちょうだい。
はいよ。
わかったわ。
了解しました。
わかりました。
またな。
縁があればまたな。
世話になったな。
お世話になったわね。またご縁があれば。
We got a job to do.
Luck is on my side.
いいね。ラッキ
I
ー。い
can
いね。
still make a certificate.
うまくいったな。
Here's how the business did. These are
Nice. You
incredible
guys did
results.
great out there.
Song はさせねえさ。世話になったな。
We got a job to do.
This is the worst.
That's not
Luck
right.
is on my side.
I can still make it.
うまくいったな。
Here's how the business did. These are incredible
Nice. You guys
results.
did great out there. We got a job to do.
Let's make that
いい
game.
ね。
ラッキー。
いいね。
This is not right. I can still make it.
うまくいったな。
Here's how the business did. These are
Nice.
incredible
You guys did
results.
great out there.
The shareholders meeting is coming up soon.
We got a job to do.
Pretty lucky. Pretty lucky.
ダメだダメだ。
Luck is on my side. Still make it.
うまくいったな。
Here's how the business did. These are incredible results.
Nice. You guys did great out there.
shareholders meeting is about to begin.
Consider the shareholders handled.
We'll start with the financial report. President Kasuga, if you would.
We'll kick things off with the financial report.
Thank you. Let's move on to the Q&A. If you have any questions, this...
本当にうまくいってますか？
聞いてください。
コンプライアンスを守ってるから
聞いてください。
納得できましたよ。
Please raise your hand.
このままで大丈夫ですか？
聞いてくれます。
甘くないですか？納得しました。
That concludes our periodic shareholders meeting.
Well, the meeting went great. We got a job to do.
Luck is on my side.
ラッキーでしたね。ダメだ。予定通りのうまくいった。
Here's how the business did. These are
Nice. You
incredible
guys did
results.
great out there. We got a job to do.
This is the golden certificate.
Here's how the business did. These are
Nice. You
incredible
guys did
results.
great out there. We got a job to do.
I can still make it certificate.
Here's how the business did. These are
Nice. You guys
incredible
did great out
results.
there.
The shareholders meeting is coming up soon.
We got a job to do.
Luck is on my side. Lucky, eh?
Lucky. This is the golden certificate.
Here's how the business did. These are incredible
You guys
results.
did great out there.
The shareholders meeting is about to begin.
Consider the shareholders
Handled.
We'll start.
We'll kick things off with the financial
Thank you.
report.
Let's move on to the Q&A. If you have any questions, this is the time to ask.
まだまだ問題点はある。
I have a hypothesis.
お電車の結果だ。考えて待れ。聞いてください。いや、待れ。私がバカな。
If you have any questions, this is the time to ask.
上を目指してできましたよ。指示します。
Please raise your hand if you have a question.
この会社に希望はありません。I have a hypothesis. 私が論破されてる。一理ある。
If you have any questions,
もう総辞職されてはどうです？ブラック企業は即潰れるべきです。
if you have any questions, this is the time to ask.
人材こそ企業の宝なんですよ。ブラック企業は即潰れるべきです。もう総辞職されてはどう？私が論破されてる？
Please raise your hand if you have a question.
人材こそ企業の宝なんですよ。もう総辞職されてはどうです？一理ある。
If you have any questions,
人材こそ企業の宝なんですよ。もう総辞職されてはどうです？
Objection.
ブラック企業は即潰れるべきです。
that concludes our periodic shareholders meeting.
Well, the meeting went great. We got a job to do.
Let's take
that again.
いいね。
This is the
ダメだ。
worst.
ラッキーでしたね。
いいね。
This is the
Your certificate.
うまくいったな。
Here's how the business did. These are
Nice. You guys
incredible
did great out
results.
there. We got a job to do.
Let's take that again.
いいね。
That's not right.
計算が来る。いいね。
I can still make your certificate.
うまくいったな。うまくいったな。
Here's how the business did. These are
Nice. You
incredible
guys did
results.
great out there. We got a job to do.
That's
not right. I can still make your case.
うまくいったな。うまくいったな。
Here's how the business did. These are
Nice. You
incredible
guys did great out
results.
there.
The shareholders meeting is coming up soon.
We got a job to do.
Lucky ね。
Lucky's on my side.
ダメだダメだ。ダメだダメだダメだダメだ。
This is the
ダ
best.
メだダメだ。うまくいったな。
Here's how the business did. These are
Nice. You
incredible
guys did great
results.
out there.
The shareholders meeting is about to begin.
Consider the shareholders handled.
We'll start with the financial report.
We'll kick things off with the financial
Thank you.
report.
Let's move on to the Q&A. Please raise your hand.
とても悪い技ばかりで
Objection.
Please ここまでにしとくわ
Please raise your hand if you have a question.
ブラック企業は即潰れるべきです 私が
Please raise your hand if you have a question.
I have a hypothesis.
失望したな。
Objection.
礼はままごとじゃねえぞ。
I have a hypothesis.
If you have any questions, this is the time to ask.
うまくいっているんだ。
みんな心配してます。できましたよ。
If you have any questions, this is the time to ask.
いつ落ちても不思議ではない。ヒーリーの理想が低すぎる。
Please raise your hand if you
この程度
Objection.
失望したな。
Listen to me.
礼はままごとじゃねえぞ。株主を甘く見てるか。
Listen to me.
please raise your
そのレベルが低すぎる。言うことはねえよ。
please raise your hand.
論理がある。
Objection.
That concludes our periodic shareholders meeting.
Well, everybody, the meeting went great. We got a job to do.
Let's be pretty lucky!
ダメだダメだ。
計算が計算が
今日はついてるな。
Still make
予
it
定通りの結果です。
うまくいったな。
Here's how the business did. These are incredible results.
You guys did great out there. We got a job to do.
Luck is on my side.
ラッキーでした。
This is the power
予定通りの結果です。うまくいったな。
Here's how the business did. These are
Nice. You
incredible
guys did
results.
great out there. We got a job to do.
Luck is on my side.
ラッキーでしたね。
Did I miscalculate?
ラッキーでしたね。
This is the power of
うまくいった
certificate.
な。
Here's how the business did. These are incredible
You guys
results.
did great out there.
The shareholders meeting is coming up soon.
We got a job to do.
Did I miscalculate?
今日はついてんな。
ラッキー。
いいね。ラッキーでしたね。
This is the power of
うまくいっ
certificate.
た
Here's how the business did. These are
Nice. You
incredible
guys did
results.
great out there.
The shareholders meeting is about to begin.
Consider the shareholders handled.
We'll start with...
We'll kick things off with the financial report.
Thank you. Let's move on to the Q&A. Please raise your hand.
笑いが足りてない。
待ってください。聞いてください。
Please raise your hand if you have a question.
そのレベルが低すぎる。
Listen to me. 待ってください。
言うことはねえよ。はい。
If you have any questions,
Listen to me.
このまま来季も続
I
けら
have
れ
a
ますか？
hypothesis.
反論できん。
please raise your hand if you have a question.
もっと利益を上げられるのでは？よくてこの手。
Please raise your hand if you have a question.
落とし穴がありそうで怖い。
Listen to me. I have a hypothesis.
このまま来季も続けられますか？
Objection.
落としていいだろ。
Please raise your hand if you have a question.
I have a
見どころ
hypothesis.
はありますよ。よ
Objection.
くてこの程度ってことですか。
Listen to me.
いいか？
If you have any questions, this is the time to ask.
いや待ってくれよ。この程度ってことで。乾杯だ。
That concludes our periodic shareholders meeting.
Well, the meeting went great. We got a job to do.
Luck is on my side.
Pretty lucky.
でしたね。
I can still make it work.
うまくいったな。
Here's how the business did. These are
Nice. You guys
incredible
did great out
results.
there. We got a job to do.
Let's make that again. Pretty lucky.
Lucky ね。
Did I miscalculate? Still make it work.
Here's how the business did. These are
Nice. You guys
incredible
did great out
results.
there. We got a job to do.
Let's make that again.
ラッキーでしたね。
ラッキー。
This is the power 予定通りの結果です。
うまくいったな。
Here's how the business did. These are
Nice. You guys did
incredible
great out
results.
there.
The shareholders meeting is coming up soon.
We got a job to do.
Let's make that again. Did I miscalculate?
This is the worst. Luck is on my side.
Still make
This is
it
the
work.
power of
うまくいったな。
Here's how the business did. These are
Nice. You guys
incredible
did great
results.
out there.
The shareholders meeting is about to begin.
Consider the shareholders handled.
We'll start with the financial.
We'll kick things off with the financial report.
Thank you. Let's move on to the Q&A. If you have any questions,
ポテンシャルと結果が合っていない。
考えたことに聞いてください。
バカな。
if you have any questions, this is the time.
Objection!
raise your hand if you have a question.
聞いてください。
Please raise your hand if you have a question.
はままごとじゃねえぞ。株主を甘く見てるだろ。
If you have any questions, this is...
Listen to me.
はままごとじゃねえぞ。
Objection.
株主
Please raise your hand if you have a question.
もっと目立たないとダメっしょ。このままだと謝罪会見しちゃう。もっ
Objection.
と目立たない。
Please...
このままだと謝罪会見しちゃう。うっしゃっしゃっしゃっしゃ。
そのレベルが低すぎるぞ。経営はままごとじゃねえぞ。
Listen to me.
この程度失望したな。
I have a hypothesis. Listen to
株
me.
主を甘く見てるだろ。経営はままごとじゃねえぞ。
That concludes our periodic shareholders meeting.
Well, every meeting went great.
You know, a long time ago, this road was used primarily by men on horseback. You might have even seen some of those fancy white horses.
Oh yeah? Think there might have been a Prince Charming up on one of those?
A bunch of fairy tale nonsense, if you ask me. Then and now.
Wow, you must be really fun at parties.
Nah, I bet they're around even now. Princes, I mean.
Huh?
A prince on a white horse in modern times would be like... I guess it'd be like a handsome dude rolling through in a fancy foreign car. Slap Jungi Han in a nice car, instant prince.
You have literally no filter, do you?
Oh, now hold on. I don't believe I'm entirely fit to play a prince.
I don't hear you denying the handsome part.
いらっしゃいませ。ありがとうございました。
Watch me. Watch me.
You wanna go? Let's go.
I'm over here. Come on.
The enemy is defeated.
Welcome. Thanks. Welcome. Thanks.
Yo, Sachan.
Oh, Ichiban. Perfect timing. Listen to this.
What's up? Oh, is it about Nanoha?
Yeah. I worked up the courage to call her and asked if she'd been caught up with any bad guys lately.
And how'd that go?
Well...
Not good, huh? Gotta say, I wouldn't have started with the bad guys line.
I just couldn't find the right thing to say.
Yeah, I know it's hard. But all that matters is getting Nanoha away from that dirtbag.
I don't know. We'd been apart for so many years, I was probably way out of line to tell her to break up with her boyfriend. I'm pretty sure she wouldn't even take my calls if she knew I've been checking up on her this entire time. But at least she still doesn't realize I know about her being employed at a soapland. She can never find out, not ever. I'll pretend not to know for the rest of our lives if I have to. But how do I help her without letting on what I know? If I do nothing, Katsuragawa might bankrupt her and she'll end up right back at the soapland. Oh, what do I do? What do I do? I'm freaking out!
Well, I guess I'll just have to use my ace in the hole.
Huh? You've had a plan this whole time?
I sure do. You introduce Nanoha to a guy who's better than her boyfriend. Then she'll drop that loser like a rock.
No way. Her heart is a complete mystery. I mean, we're talking about a woman who fell in love with Katsuragawa.
Hear me out. You bring in a shining stud that makes all the other dudes look like ass. I bet he'll catch her eye.
Okay, but you're forgetting I don't know any guys like that. Where do I find a stud?
Come on. I'm sure he's closer than you think.
Where?
You're looking at him.
You think you're the dreamy type, Ichiban? That's even funnier than your hair.
I wasn't joking.
Sorry. Oh, sorry. Whew. If it helps, I definitely feel more cheerful about this now.
Good shit then.
Okay, what else can we do? There has to be something.
Well, if you really don't think we can convince Nanoha to dump him, I don't know. Wait, we've been looking at this all wrong. We need to get Katsuragawa to stay away from Nanoha, not the other way around.
How are you gonna do that? Beat him up and run him out of town?
If he were the kind of guy to give up just like that, sure. But he probably isn't. Especially now that he knows Nanoha's willing to be his piggy bank. If we screw this up, he might even take her with him when he bails.
I can't let that happen.
I think what we gotta do is crush his pride. Like, get Nanoha to break up with him without shedding a single tear. As if he's nothing to her.
And how do we do that?
It's so obvious, Sachan. Haven't you caught on yet?
To what?
You pretend to be Nanoha and break up with him. Use the twin angle to your advantage. Yeah, march in and tell Katsuragawa you never want to see him again. I'll stand there and look intimidating while you give him the boot. That'll have him running.
I see. That might actually work.
Let's do it. All we need is to find out where Katsuragawa's hanging out. Your employees could probably do that, right?
No problem. I'll tell the girls to start looking for him right away.
Great. We wait for their word, and we move in for the kill. It'll go fine. I'll be right there with you to make sure he doesn't give you trouble.
It's a date. Good thinking today, Ichiban. I'll go tell the girls to start asking around.
She and her sister are a handful. And it feels like we're finally gonna wrap this up.
Yo! How goes it, Kasuga-kun?
Look at you. You're blending in already, Zhao.
You know it. Turns out drinks taste a lot better without bodyguards watching your every move.
Yeah? So that was the life of the former leader of the Yokohama Liumang.
That shit was dumped on me from the day I was born. Kind of a drag. Growing up knowing you had a fucking script.
Well, the nice thing about alcohol is it tastes better if you complain while you're drinking it.
Ah, sure. Enjoy my childhood trauma. But I guess after all the shit you've been through, you've earned it.
Your dad led the Yokohama Liumang before you, right? What's he doing now?
He died a few years after retiring. Right in his bed. He's lucky he never got shot or stabbed.
Hey, yeah. That's a real achievement for a gang boss.
Yeah, I guess so. He only managed it by sleeping with one eye open his whole life. No matter how you slice it, it's not a great way to live. I sure as hell didn't want to lead the Liumang. But Mabuchi, this shit was always up his alley.
You mean Laoma? What even happened to that guy? I haven't even seen him since we kicked his ass during the whole Omi Alliance thing.
Don't you know what the Yokohama Liumang does to traders? They use them as filling that goes inside meat buns.
What? You serious? Right now Laoma is... Baoma?
You're fucking hilarious. But I was kidding. You think I'm the kind of guy who'd do that?
I don't want to make any assumptions, but you're making it hard, man. For real. Where's Laoma?
I did not turn him into a meat bun, Kasuga-kun. That was a fucking joke.
Hey, I was hoping it was. But I also know if he did something real bad, you could be tempted to grind him up.
Well, he may not be inside a bun, but I never said I didn't put a bullet in him.
So are you admitting that you did now?
Oh, you're softer than any bun out there. Look at you all worried.
I just don't like the thought of that happening to people.
Even creeps like Mabuchi, who murdered your boss without a second thought.
Even creeps like him. All I wanted was to knock that guy's lights out and hand him to the cops.
But by the time his lights were nice and knocked out, the Omi showed up, and you never saw him again, did you?
You really did kill him, didn't you?
Alright, I'm bored of messing with you. I didn't kill him.
Oh, had a feeling you didn't.
Why is that?
Hard to explain, but I don't get that vibe from you. Not one bit. In fact, it always kind of felt to me like your hard-ass act was just a show for your boys. A front you put on.
Ah, that's a little harsh there, eh, Kasuga-kun?
You don't strike me as the type to lock guys up or torture them either. Especially one of your own, like Mabuchi.
He and I call the same place home. Nothing could make me take his life. But now, Songhui's in charge of the Yokohama Liumang. It's up to her to settle things if Mabuchi shows his face again. He's the reason Komijul's a pile of ashes, so I don't think she'll be treating him as nice as I would.
Probably not.
Which is why I gave Mabuchi the heads up and told him to leave Ijincho.
Really? Well, that's taking things into your own hands.
A few of his boys went with him, and I forgave the ones that wanted to stick around. It's a hard reset. Clean slate for everyone. Songhui was good with that.
You two are more generous than I thought.
Mabuchi brought in a lot of cash for us, and he was damn consistent about it. The fact that he kept a bunch of shit hidden from us was an issue, but I could deal.
So you knew about it and you just let it slide?
The guys from my dad's generation were pissed, for sure. Kept saying Mabuchi was breaking sacred laws of the gang. But what did they expect from a sadist in Japan's most famous gray zone? And that he'd have a moral compass or some shit?
Seriously?
How about we toast to Mabuchi, wherever he might be?
Well, he's no friend of mine, but what the hell? If you can cheer to him, I can too.
Now we're talking.
Welcome. Thanks.
Hey, I see someone's in a good mood.
Of course. I've wanted to have a surprise party ever since I was a little kid.
Right.
Well, how's it coming along? The party plans, I mean.
Oh, great.
Well, don't overthink it. I'm just grateful for the effort.
No way. I'm using practically all the brainpower I have on this.
Namba, can I borrow Kasuga for a moment?
Why? What's going on?
It's about your birthday. Wouldn't want to ruin the surprise, now would we?
No, we sure wouldn't. Go do your thing, Ichiban.
Shall we, Kasuga?
Sure.
So I spoke on the phone with the mama who runs the bar.
What bar?
The one Futaba works at. Apparently, she was caught stealing.
She's stealing?
I know. What's more, Futaba is apparently quite a playgirl. I hear her latest boyfriend has her hooked on pachinko.
Jeez.
Anyway, the mama started crying and asked me to get back her money. Futaba should be over at Pirates, one of the local pachinko parlors.
So she's gambling with stolen money? What a catch.
Yeah, listen. Would you mind taking care of this? I think it'll be a good chance to get more details about Mizue-chan.
Good idea. I can get the money and the info out of Futaba in one fell swoop.
Excellent.
Babe, you hungry for sushi or yakiniku?
Shit, why not both? You hit the freaking jackpot just now.
Baby, I am the jackpot.
Hold up. Shouldn't you be giving that money back to your boss?
This loser again. What do you even want from me?
A couple things. First, you need to give back the money you stole from your job. And second, I need info on Mizue-chan, the nurse you used to work with. Dreams of going overseas, helping people in need. Any of that ring a bell? Anyway, I know she plans on leaving the country as part of a hospital program. I need to find out when.
Yeah, well, what does she matter to you?
Remember that guy Namba? The one who got busted selling meds? Turns out he didn't do a goddamn thing. It was actually all Mizue-chan. Granted, she only resorted to theft to pay off her parents' debt. But it was Namba who took the fall, admitting to the crimes himself. Yeah, I think he really had a thing for the chick, to be honest with you. Bottom line is, I want to help Namba see Mizue-chan off. And you're my ticket. Huh? You think this is funny?
As if Mizue would ever do something so honest.
What do you mean? She said she was inspired by Florence Nightingale.
Yeah? Then tell me, why'd she end up working at a bar in the shittiest part of Ijincho?
Since when does she work at a bar?
Ever since she realized her pay was so pathetic that she had to resort to stealing? That sound like a noble nurse to you?
Wait, are you trying to tell me?
That's right, dumbass. I'm Mizue. Futaba's just a hostess name.
You're Mizue? You're nothing like Namba said.
Oh, sure. The creep who could never keep his eyes off me. Just the thought of him makes me want to throw up. Though he did turn out to be a good patsy. Didn't see that one coming. Guess my little damsel in distress story won him over. You dumb boys are always looking for a chance to play hero.
But what about your parents' big debt?
Are you dense? I wanted some money to hit the pachinko slots with, and that's what I got.
So, all that shit about going overseas, following in the footsteps of Nightingale?
I can play such a convincing little angel. All that time I spent in my high school drama club literally paid off.
And you're just fine letting Namba's sacrifice go to waste?
Even if he hadn't intervened, I would have just kept on doing it. Not like it mattered. I knew I'd get busted eventually. Then I just drifted like a flower from city to city, man to man. Heartbreaking, isn't it?
Yeah, I'm real torn up. You did my friend dirty there, lady. If he ever finds out he helped the fucking Wicked Witch, he'd die inside.
Son of a bitch. You calling my girl names? I get it, but I'll fuck you up.
Kick his ass, babe! Send him to my old emergency room!
He's certainly welcome to try. Heck, I'll call the ambulance myself.
Oh yeah? I don't know, man. I'm feeling lucky today. In fact, I'm on a winning streak. Yo, help me kill this scruffy piece of shit. Hell yeah!
Scared? Yeah! Cool. Let's go! That's how you do it!
Well, at least I kick ass at Pachinko.
Babe, wait! Atsushi-chan!
Stop right there. You need to return what you stole.
Barkeep!
I figured out Futaba's real name. She can thank her boss for that.
I can't believe Namba gave up his entire career. And for what?
Perhaps he's better off not knowing the truth.
Yeah, but isn't it wrong to hide this kind of stuff? Especially from a guy who's had my back.
And you'd repay him by pushing him over the edge? Look. It's not my place to tell you what to do anyway. This is between you and Namba. You two are close. I know you'll do what's best.
How will I know what's best?
Hey, we're done here, right? I think I'll just leave the money here and go.
Not so fast.
What now?
You said you were in drama club, right?
Yeah, so what?
You owe me a favor. And don't try to weasel your way out.
Okay.
Sup, fellas? Hey, Chiban. Where have you been?
All over. Prepping for your big birthday blowout?
Damn, man. You're gonna drive me crazy with all this birthday talk. You sure you can't give me a hint?
Nope, not gonna spoil the surprise. Actually, there is one thing I've gotta ask.
Yeah, what is it?
When is your birthday, anyway?
Dude, well, how can you plan a party if you don't even know the freaking date?
Come on, I'm just double-checking. Just to get the facts straight.
Excuse me. Is there a Nanba-san here?
Mizue-chan. Is that you?
Nanba-san! Oh, it's been so long!
Well, yeah, but what are you doing here? And that bag, does that mean?
That's right. I'm transferring overseas, like I've always dreamed. I fly out today.
Wow. So that dream is about to come true. Good for you, Mizue-chan.
Before that, I need to apologize. I let you take the fall for me without a second thought.
Don't mention it. I was a piss-poor nurse anyway. I'm happy it was you who stayed.
But you sacrificed everything for me!
It was worth it. As long as you're happy, I don't have any regrets. If you're gonna be like Nightingale, you got some big shoes to fill, right? I'll be rooting for you from here.
Thank you. That means a lot. I hate to cut this short, but I need to catch my plane.
No problem. And take care of yourself. So long, Mizue-chan.
I'm happy for you, bro.
You know what? So am I.
Isn't that cool, though? She came out of her way just to see you.
She didn't do much. You, on the other hand, that was cool.
Huh? What's that even mean?
What happened just now? I know that was all you're doing.
Wait, then what else do you know about Mizue-chan?
Well, I overheard the bartender talking on the phone. So, I pretty much know everything.
Then why'd you play dumb?
I don't know. Maybe it just feels good when people are being nice to me.
Well, fuck me. I really thought I pulled that one off.
In friendship, you get what you give. And that includes trying to trick people.
I'm sorry, man. I didn't want to trick you, but I didn't want you to get hurt either.
No need to apologize. It's on me to accept that Mizue-chan wasn't who I thought she was. I'm just glad I have a friend like you around, Ichiban.
Namba.
Forget it. As I recall, we were gonna have a drink.
Yeah, you're damn right.
Hi, Kasuga-san. Hi, Kasuga-san.
Yes, I'm doing fine. Thank you for your concern, Songhui.
Yo, what'd she say?
Oh, nothing. She just asked for an update on the situation. That's all.
Yeah? Bet it feels pretty good knowing a babe like her's looking out for you.
I'm blessed to serve one such as she. The Jungi-han I served before was quite the blessing as well. If I'm to talk about Jungi-han, I'll need to provide some backstory.
Cool with me. I got plenty of time.
Ha! Then I hope you're prepared to sit for a while.
Sure, I'm all ears.
My father was one of the stray Jingwon Mafia I mentioned earlier. And to speak further, he was a lowly thug left behind in a foreign land. In my youth, I was relentlessly beaten by my father, in addition to being neglected by those around me. Home, school, no place provided me with even the slightest bit of sanctuary. Thinking back on it, I'm sure I was a rather dissolute child.
Well, you're not alone in feeling like you got no place to go. Plenty of people feel that way, even civilians.
Feelings of isolation are really that common, huh? Not sure if I should be comforted or not.
Sorry. Didn't derail the story, did I?
The real Jungi-han had also been raised in a poor and neglected environment like me. But rumors of his strength, intelligence, and ambition started to swirl. And as the men from my father's generation grew older, Jungi-han started gaining more and more power. In fact, it was thanks to him that the stray Jingon found any success in Kamurocho at all. While the Tojo clan was being choked by anti-violence laws, the Jingon Mafia were steadily gaining a sense of existence.
Sounds like he must have been pretty cool.
Yes, but my father, who underestimated him as some young greenhorn, failed to prove his worth and was left trying to catch up. A staunch alcoholic, he used what drunken wit he had to try to get close to the young leader. So, eventually he worked out a plan. He would mold his own son's face, set him up as a body double, and offer him as tribute.
What?
I was drugged by my father, and this was done to me while I slept.
No way. He did all that just to impress the boss?
When he was presented with a body double, even the real Jungi-han could only force a smile. But he saw what had gone into my face, and he respected the effort. So he said it was a fair offer, and took me under his wing.
And what's your father doing now?
He's long since passed away. His health was already in steady decline, and for what it's worth, I'm sure he wasn't opposed to dying at the bottom of a bottle.
That's a shame. Guess you two weren't super close then.
Jungi-han kept me at his side as much as possible so that I might learn his mannerisms. Strangely enough, it was the only place that finally felt like home. I was very much his servant, and he was very much my master. But in spite of that, we shared a lot of laughs in the long time we spent together. A lot of drinks as well. And though I was his double, it would be rude of me to say that we came to resemble twins.
So the way you're talking right now, that's something Jungi-han taught you?
The real Jungi-han had a way with words I never will. And when he walked into a room, you knew it. Try as I might, I would never reach his level.
Hearing you say all that makes me even more curious.
About what, may I ask?
I'm pretty curious how you managed to totally imitate this guy.
Oh?
Changing your face is one thing, but to be able to be just like the guy means you're, like, a master impersonator or some shit.
Unfortunately, it's far more than impersonation. It's a lifestyle, which requires one to change on the inside as well.
Well, sorry for asking about something so stupid then.
Not at all. It's been a long time since I've laughed like this.
But you know, despite me saying sorry, there's still one thing I gotta ask.
And that is?
Isn't it about time you told me your real name?
Ah.
Still a no, huh?
Ha. Just a little taken aback is all. I have no problem telling you. When I was first brought into this world, I was given the name Yeonsu Kim.
Yeonsu Kim.
I have no intention of returning to that name. Not when the real Jung Han has already passed away.
The real one took a bullet to the head, yeah?
Correct. There was conflict with a group from Hiroshima that had made its way into Tokyo. As far as I'm concerned, the Jingon Mafia died along with him. At the time, I was given the role of staring down the other hostile groups within Kamurocho as Jung Han. But with their real boss dead, the remaining Jingon Mafia in Kamurocho were nothing but paper tigers. Should our enemies have discovered this, we would have been ousted and probably killed.
If it were me, I probably would have gotten the hell out of Kamurocho. Left everything behind.
Yes, that's precisely what I did. The few remaining members at my side did the same. But seeing as the Jingon Mafia was all I'd ever had, I had no place to go. No refuge where I might reconvene with my allies. I was lost and alone in the world. Like a man dying of thirst in the desert, surrounded by a hungry pack of wolves.
Sounds like you had it rough.
I found a faint glimmer of hope in the Korean community here in Japan. But even they refused to accept me, as I was nothing but a criminal to them. Thinking on it now, I should have expected as much from those living an honest life. But still, in my confusion and dismay, I challenged them, asking why they would abandon one of their own.
I get that.
It was enough to make them call the police. And I'm sure that under normal circumstances, I would have been taken away. However...
Huh? Come on, man. Don't just leave me hanging.
The police officers were imposters. And instead of being incarcerated, I was brought to my new home, Yokohama Ijincho.
So those fake officers, were they...
members of the Komijul, sent to retain me under the orders of Songhui. It turned out that the Komijul was a place that many former Jingon members had drifted to. Those that distanced themselves from Kamurocho slowly but surely found their way there.
Oh yeah. Songhui did mention something about the Komijul having roots in the Jingon Mafia.
Indeed. Komijul is essentially a safe haven for refugees. That's why they tend to keep quiet and remain exceedingly closed off. For many years, they spied on the Jingon Mafia in Kamurocho from a distance, keeping close watch on their movements. I was fortunately saved by the hand that the Komijul had extended to me. Moreover, Songhui told me what had happened to the real Jung Han. That he had been shot in the head by an assassin hired by the Hiroshima Yakuza, taken by surprise from the shadows.
An assassin? So what'd you guys do? You kill him?
No. By the time I'd learned of his existence, he was already dead. I wasn't even given the chance for revenge. I spent many of the following days in despair. But even though I was in such a hollow state, Songhui patiently waited for my recovery. She was more like family to me than my abusive father could have ever hoped to be. A sister to replace the brother I had found in Jungi-han. Frankly, nothing would hurt me more than to betray her expectations and disappoint her. And Kasuga-san, as for you and me... I'm wondering what sort of boss you will be. I'm looking forward to seeing what you can do.
I don't remember ever becoming your boss. Right now, I think drinking buddy is a better term, don't you?
I see. Then I will do my best to live up to that title.
Oh, guess that's finally it for introductions. He sure is shy, that young Soo Kim.
Show me what you got.
Watch me.
You're in it now. I'm over it. With all the fun and games yet? I'm up. I got this.
Bring it.
どうしたほらかかってこいよ Get cocky You're in it now On it Get alive どうした Cool
Watch me get cocky.
Let's go. Shit. Well.
Easy, I'm afraid.
いらっしゃいませ。
りがとうございました。いらっしゃいませ。ありがとうございました。
Hey.
Not gonna happen.